Hello, and thanks for choosing the Revolution Performance line of cylinder and piston kits. The first step in any cylinder and piston kit installation is a thorough review of the installation instruction manual to get not only the specifics but a general overview of the entire process. Cleanliness of the bore is imperative as our cylinders are honed with diamond tooling. Even a micron level of this residue can cause streaking and/or premature wear of the cylinder or piston, or both if not completely removed. A light-colored lint-free shop towel is generally the best wiping apparatus when used in conjunction with aerosol brake cleaner to loosen and remove particulate matter. This is accomplished by spraying the cylinder bore liberally and then wiping until no residue can be seen on a clean towel. Remember, even one small area can be detrimental to the bore, so be very thorough. Once the bores are cleaned, we are ready to install the pistons on the rods. Be sure that some type of buffer is used on the cylinder studs so that the pistons can lay against them without getting damaged. No matter how bright, shiny, and clean the pistons appear, they should still be wiped down prior to installation. Circlips should be installed using a circlip installation tool so as not to damage the wrist pin bosses. Install one circlip while the piston is not on the rod so that the pin can butt against it. This will make what can be a tedious job go much quicker. After the pistons are installed, it's time to install the rings. All ring end gaps should have been confirmed prior to this step, and all rings should be thoroughly cleaned. The oil ring is installed first. It is a three-piece design and consists of two thin rails and a wiper. Install the lower rail first, then the expander, then the top rail. These rings do not require the use of a ring expander, but care should be taken to not scratch the ring lands as the rings are installed. The expander ring gap should be lined up over the wrist pin bore, and the top and bottom rail end gap should be placed at least 750 thousandths to either side of it. A small scribe may be used to maneuver the gaps in place. Now install the second ring, taking care to observe for any reference dots. If one is present, it always faces up. This ring does require the use of ring expanding pliers for two reasons. One is to not scratch the ring lands. The other is to ensure that the ring is not warped upon installation. The latter can cause serious ring seat issues. Once it is installed, the ring end gap needs to be placed to the rear of the engine. Don't skimp on the assembly lube either. It will take a moment or two to get oil splashed up on the pin and piston skirts, and without enough assembly lube, galling can occur upon initial startup. Install the top ring following the same procedure as the second ring, but maneuver the gap towards the front of the engine. A ring compressing tool should be used to ease the installation of the cylinders. Be sure that the tool did not pick up any debris that could be transferred to the clean piston. Slide the cylinder over the compressed rings and then seat it against the case deck. Be sure to remove any excess oil on the cylinder deck, then move on to the next cylinder and follow the same procedures. Head gaskets should be clean and dry with no fluid whatsoever between the layers. Fluid between the layers can and most likely will cause head gasket leaks and possibly a blown head gasket. Also, this type of head gasket is installed directly over the locating dowel with no O-ring of any kind. The last step is to install the cylinder heads. A small amount of lubricant should be placed in the threads of the head bolts so that no binding occurs and torque stays accurate. Torque in OEM sequence to 40 foot-pounds in 5-pound increments, making sure that all head bolts are retorqued at the end of the procedure and that you get no movement from the torque wrench. You are now ready to reassemble the rest of the bike and head off to the dyno. Thanks again from the staff at Revolution Performance for choosing our products, and ride safely.
For more information on the products featured here, please head to our website, denniskirk.com.